What is up, everybody? This is the No Name Podcast. I am your host, Brandon Simeone, and yes, you are seeing the beautiful remnants of my job. There's an echo, can't help that. So I have decided to keep doing this little podcast as much as nobody watches it, but I like it. And I do it by myself. I do it all in one kind of take thing. I don't edit much. Weirdly enough, I have like this weird little frame by frame thing. I don't know if I like it. It like shows me the stuff on here, and it's crazy. But I can turn that off now. Anyway, this is. I'm gonna try to keep this schedule going every 2 weeks, release an episode, so 2 episodes a month. If there's demand for more, I'll do more. But I'm doing all this solely by myself, with no money, no sponsors, no nothing as of right now. If I can get some sponsors, that'd be awesome. Be great, be fun, but I don't. So I do it as much as I can. The only thing I can do is what I have currently, and that's I got a tripod that works pretty well. I like it. It's nice. It folds up. It goes in my backpack. Fun start of my day. I woke up this morning and I said I'm gonna leave early for work because I'm not in a great mood. I'm kind of upset, kind of depressed. Whatever. And I decided to go the long way to work. I took the train to the ferry, and then I took the ferry to get to work. Normally I just take the express bus, but I decided, let's have a little adventure today. And I get to use my Pokemon Go plus thing, where I can play Pokemon Go without having to look at my phone. Sponsor, please. I love this thing. I'm a giant child. Whatever. Sorry for the squeakiness, that's the chair. So I do that, I leave, and then I go to the bathroom on the ferry. I know, gross, it's disgusting. I don't recommend it, but I had to go. So I went and I left my bag in the bathroom. As I'm leaving and I'm walking out, I left to start walking to head towards somewhere, like just to clear my head before going to work. I was going to walk around the financial area like I always do, or maybe Soho like I always do, to clear my head. And then I realized I left my bag in the bathroom. I went to go turn around and I got hit by a guy on a bike. Very minor scrape on my arm. Because it's whatever. It's another aggravation thing. And I ran up, pushed people, literally pushing people out the way. Probably got yelled, cursed at. And I ran back on. I got my bag with my tripod in it and my joke book. Well, the thing, my notebook I write my jokes in. I try to be funny. And I tried to get off the ferry. They wouldn't let me off. They said you have to do the trip again. And if you ever took the Staten Island ferry, it's a half-an-hour trip to get across the damn river, wherever, to get to Staten Island and get back. So it's an hour altogether. So I was on a ferry for an hour and a half altogether, and I just fucking lost it. I was screaming on my phone, my mother, and all this other bullshit because, I went to do something to help me. And I guess it just didn't work out that day. I guess life has a funny way of doing these things. But ended up working out for me at the end because I got my Dunkin' Donuts. I'm happy. Love these damn things. It's all caffeinated crap, but it's good caffeinated crap. And I got some donuts, which I haven't eaten yet because, why not? But yeah. I guess these are like borderline blogs or vlogs or whatever, because I just talk about my life. I don't really record it much because I'm not great at editing, and editing frustrates me to no end. So I try not to do it much. My God, this chair is too fucking squeaky. Hang on a second. And we're back, and yes, like I just said, I don't like editing much, but I'm gonna have to edit these two parts together because now I have a normal chair and it don't squeak at all. Anyway, I always try to think about what I'm gonna talk about in these things. They did the press conference for the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight in the last couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to it. I know that it's Netflix doing it, and Netflix is doing a lot of other stuff. They just did like the roast of Tom Brady, which I want to get into as well. But talking about this Jake Paul fight, and I just literally, so right before I started recording, I saw a thing where it was Dana White. He was talking on a podcast saying when Mike Tyson fights, he hates it that he mentions this. When Mike Tyson officially fights, he's going to be 58 years old. There's going to be a 31-year age difference between him and Jake Paul. And he said in there, Jake Paul doesn't make money. He can't sell pay-per-views. But everybody else he fights can't, because it's just hilarious. Like, these guys are fighting him because Jake Paul is just, he sucks. Or not, doesn't suck, he's decent, but him fighting someone his age, he's going to get beaten. Because Jake Paul is just in it to make money, which is true. At least as far as I know. And he's like, oh, I'm doing this for the love of the game. I'm like, you're doing this for money, which is fine. I like people who admit that they're doing wrong. Like, if you're honest, if you're going to be an honest person, be honest. Like, be honest that you're doing this not because you love it, because you know you can make money off it. That's cool. I'm okay with that. Because at least if you show that you can make money with it, it works. Like, Logan Paul, his brother, is in the WWE. I'm a huge wrestling fan. He's in the WWE. But he actually likes wrestling. But he also knows that, like, I'm not going to be here all the time. I know I'm a commodity. I know I'm going to make money. But I also respect it enough to do it the right way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not starting off in the indies and shit and doing, like, indie matches. But he also knows, like, hey, there's some indie stuff I can do. AKA, he does, like, the buckshot lariat, which is a move done by a wrestler named Adam Page in AEW, who wishes he could be Logan Paul and make as much money as he does. But that's just the case. You know, same thing with Jake Paul. Like, I don't like the way he fights. I'm into MMA. I'm into fighting, like, some sports. But it's just, like he's not interesting to me. You know, even more recently, like, just saw it too. Tyson Fury, like, he just got beat. Got knocked out in the 9th round. But he's different. Like, he has a love for the game. He has a love for it. And with this, I hope he doesn't hurt Mike Tyson. I like Mike Tyson. But Mike Tyson, you know, everyone says, like, well, in his most recent fight, he had the exhibition match he did with, who was it, Royce Gracie? Not Royce Gracie. Who the hell did he fight recently? Somebody let me know down in the comment section below. He fought someone, and he was exhausted. He was gassed because he kept moving around. Jake Paul, all he's got to do is just dodge punches, and he'll beat Mike Tyson, which sucks. Like, I don't think anybody wants to see Mike Tyson fall. But if Jake Paul is quick enough, he'll beat Mike Tyson just by technicalities, just by, like, points and stuff. Like, he'll go the distance, which I'm not saying that's not bad, but a lot of people don't like watching fights with decisions. Like, even with UFC, it's like, you want to see someone knock out or get tapped out, but not right away. You want there to be a little bit of a fight. That's why people found, like, Conor McGregor a little boring, because the main event would last 2 or 3 seconds. Because these people get gassed out. They're not in it for the long game. And that's what kind of sucks. Because, like, I like the big heavyweight fights, like, when they both are aggravated at each other, but they both still respect each other, but they're going to throw hands. They're going to go, bah, bah, bah. You know, like, beat the crap out of each other. And it's great, and I love it. And then it's like, they're still standing. You're like, how are they still standing? Like, they were just throwing haymakers at each other, like jabs, uppercut, and they're still looking at each other from across the ring. Like, when the round's over, and they're like, and then it's like, this is going into the 2nd round? Oh my God, this is so interesting. And it's like 1, 2, and it's like the 3rd round. 1, 2, 3, over. Now it's got to be a decision. Okay, who wins? That's cool to me. And even, like, when there were knockouts, all right, that's cool, a knockout. All right, he was talking so much crap saying he can last long with him or he's going to tap him out, and it never got to that. Like Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz. That's the era I grew up in. Those guys, they were fucking phenomenal. Like, that's why I don't watch UFC now, because I think it's boring. I think a lot of the guys are just hype. A lot of the guys are just, you know, that. And the same thing with these, like, big name fights. Like, it's, who cares? Like, Mayweather versus McGregor was the start. In my opinion, they were the start of all this. And that was the most interesting one. I did not want to see Mayweather versus Logan Paul. I had no want to. I don't want to see Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. I'm going to probably watch it because it's going to be on. I'll throw it on, but I don't got to pay extra for it. That's it. Like, I'm not buying a pay-per-view. I already have Netflix. If I have to pay for it on top of it, I'm not getting it. Like, that's the thing. Like, they don't want to make me buy it. There's nothing there. And there's undercards to it, too. Nobody on the undercards look interesting. It's like, I don't care. If Jake Paul decided to go into the actual boxing league and start boxing people accordingly, I would love to see that. That would be cool. Same way like Logan Paul went to the WWE. Yeah, he got big fights, but they didn't throw the title on him right away. They gave him Miz, and like they fought the Mysterios, Rey and Dominic, before Dominic became an asshole. And that was his first match, was against them, and then he went on to fight I think it was the Miz later on, and then he was in the Money in the Bank ladder match, which was cool, and then he fought Ricochet, and then he fought Rey Mysterio again, and I think at some point too he fought for the WWE title against Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia. That was cool too. Like, these things are cool, and they build it, and that was years, but like, Jake Paul just wants it all like now. Like, he's part of my generation that just wants instant gratification. The same way Logan Paul does too, but he has like other ventures to do that. But like with wrestling, he knew that there was going to be a plan mapped out. Like, he has no control over it. He signed a contract with WWE, and he's like, he did a whole interview with Triple H saying, "You're my boss. You're my first boss I ever had." He never had somebody as his, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy to me. And he's like, okay, this is what we're going to do. All right, cool. You have to be okay with that. And a lot of people nowadays don't. That's what I'm going through currently. Like, wrap it all up to what I just started this podcast with, was emotionally, I'm okay if I had a boss that cared. I'm okay. Like, this job, this isn't a forever job. This is a stepping stone job to get me somewhere else. I'm appreciative of this job. I love this job currently. I wish I got paid more. I think everyone does. As you can tell, I'm able to do this with an echoey chamber behind me constantly. Well, not constantly, but I could if I really wanted to. If I wanted to, I could post a podcast every damn day, like, just to put out content. But I'm not going to do that because I'm by myself, and I got to do it on my own, and editing frustrates the hell out of me. Because I know what I want to do. Like, I know what I could do to probably make it cool, but I just can't do it. I don't have the patience to do it. I'm not a very patient person. If I had people I can depend on, like, hey, can you do this for me? Help me out. That'd be great. Keep getting like posts I should have turned off, like, you know, with all that stuff. But whatever. Yeah, how long have I been going for? Hang on. Let me see here. Does this tell me? Let's see here. I've been going for 8 minutes plus my other one. That's good. I like that it has like the time. I like that I could do it with this. Somebody mentioned it once at a comedy club when I was doing stand-up, that you could do that with your iPhones. I didn't realize that. That's the other thing. Stand-up. I've been trying to do it a lot. I'm just not funny right now. I don't feel like funny. Like, not ha-ha funny. Like, people laugh. Hopefully people find it funny. Try doing this. Hopefully people find it funny. I'm trying to figure out avenues of what I can do and what I can talk about. Like, even, like I said, I don't even have notes. I'm just looking at like a piece of paper that's here from my work. Should really plan this out better. But it's a learning experience. You know, I'm learning how to do this properly. Last night I was listening to Joe Rogan, and I was listening to him and Joey Diaz. Which, if you want to hear the funniest New Yorker in the world, in my opinion, currently, it's Joey Diaz. He is so funny. He is a Cuban American. Well, he was born in Cuba. He came to America when he was young. But he's so funny, and he's so raw, and he's so honest. Like, everything comes out of his mouth. You can believe he does it. Because why is he gotta lie? Like, you know, he's got that voice. He's like, let me tell you something. Like, I can't do it. Like, I can do like a New York Italian accent like I have, like I can emphasize it, like, hey, how you doing? What's you know, doing shit like that. Like, even a lot of people say, like, I can tell you're Italian. I'm like, how? I'm like, because you're talking with your hands. And I do. I talk with my hands a lot. I move around a lot. Maybe it's because I have ADHD too. But also, maybe it doesn't help that I'm drinking a very caffeinated drink as well. Not product placement. I'm not even posting, like, I'm not even like switching it around and dropping at the same angle for product placement because I don't have product placement. I don't get paid by them. In fact, I don't know if that'll actually get me sued for having that or for even showing my little Pokemon Go thing that I fucking paid for. Don't look up how much this is and then bitch to me that I wasted my money on it, because I know I wasted my money on it. I don't got nobody really else to spend money on. So hey, I treated myself to something that'll entertain me, hopefully, which is funny. Anyway, like the roast of Tom Brady, I didn't watch it because I'm not a football guy. Like, there's a lot of football references in it, and even some of the jokes I saw, a lot of stuff went over my head because I just didn't know it. Like, so it's you gotta know about football to get to laugh at it. I will say this: there are people who made jokes that are just funny. Like Nikki Glazer, she's hilarious. I have a newfound respect for her. I think she's hilarious. I think she's funny. Adam, I almost said Adam Savage. I can't remember his name. He has a podcast too. I can't think of his name right now. Damn, I'm mad. The dude who just killed Tony, I'm forgetting their names. I'm mad. But they're all hilarious. I know Tom Brady got mad because I had Jeff Ross. I can remember his name. The Roastmeister. That's what they call him. For all the modern day roasts. Because he's always on them. And he's always killing it. And he's funny. He knows how to do it. He understands what a roast is. And I think that's what a lot of people didn't get. Is a lot of people didn't understand what a roast is when this happened. Because it wasn't a thing. Like, Kim Kardashian went up and she just got booed. No one likes that woman anymore. And that's sad. I feel bad for them in a way because they thought this celebrity would last forever. And I think they're at their tail end of it because their kids aren't interesting. A lot of their kids don't want to be in the limelight. At least as far as I know. Because I don't follow them. And I remember somebody made the distinction that the Kardashians are America's royal family. I'm like, really? I'm like, that's our standard? They're gonna be our standard to this? And I'm like, all right, whatever. That's cool, I guess. Fun fact, Kim Kardashian was the first nude I ever had. Was the first nude I had on my cell phone. That's how old I am, because that was when she was doing that stuff. Sorry, touched my thing. Now I gotta edit. Now I actually have to edit. Anyway, yeah, Kim Kardashian was the first like celebrity nude I had on my phone. Her and Vanessa Hudgens. At the time, I was like 12, 13. They were the first celebrity like nude leaks I had on my phone. You know, as a kid. You know, everyone had like a celebrity they found like nudes of. And I didn't know if they were real or not. And I found out those are the only real ones I had of celebrities that I had things for. Question is, do I still have a crush on Kim Kardashian? No, I do not. She does not seem like a person. She seems like she wants fame more than anything else, and she will do whatever it takes to keep it. Like, now she's a lawyer, and I'm happy that she's doing that. But I think she still wants the resemblance of fame, which is weird. Because I think she just needs to just set back and just do the law stuff. In my opinion. I think the Kardashians' time as Hollywood's it family is done. And you guys have to go off into the sunset now. Like, you guys are still known. Like, you guys will still be at red carpets and things like that. But as far as like a TV show or the limelight of what you guys were being in tabloids every week, I think that might be done. I think there are new people who do that now because that's just the way it is. There's transitional periods. And there's some people who just can't let go of that stuff. And it's funny to me. Because that was just, I felt bad. I heard about that she got booed and she's reading off what people wrote for her, because I don't think she wrote any of this. I think she had people write stuff for her. She's not a comic. And it was just, I felt bad. I honestly felt bad. Seeing those videos of her actually getting booed and stuff. And then hearing like guys like from Kill Tony, he killed it, literally. Tony Hinchcliffe, that's his name. Tony Hinchcliffe. He was fucking hilarious. I loved him. Gronkowski's a goof. He's a big dumb idiot, and I think he knows it because everyone was dogging on him. Apparently he took a shot and he spiked the glass. He spiked the shot glass, and I'm like, oh my God. And like, it's just, because like you could just look at his face and he's just like, there's nothing there. He's one of those guys who's like, I'm built for football. And that's it. And then there are some guys who are built to do football who are actually smart and intelligent. It's crazy to me. Like, they're not just dumb athletes anymore. There are intelligent athletes, but he's the traditional, I'm a dumb athlete. But no, someone's going to be like, oh, well, he's making more money. I'm like, good. I'm not an athlete. I never claimed to be one. I tried and I failed. I'm not an athlete. But I want to do this. I want to do comedy. I want to do podcasting. It's just trying to get these things off the ground myself is hard. But doing good. I'm trying my best. Shout out to anybody. If anybody knows anybody who can help me make like an intro or something, or even help me with editing so I can like do this stuff in bits and pieces and help me out with that, I'd gratefully appreciate it. I think it'd be awesome to have like, you know, an editor or something, or maybe even like, not even like an editor, but just like even a co-host with this who knows how to do all that stuff can help me with this. Like, obviously I would have to get contracts and stuff and figure that crap out. Like, hey, if we make money off of this, we'll do this, you know, it'll get worked out. But right now there's nothing, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get enough. I get like what, 5 views, 6 views. My last 2 ones I've done. I think altogether I have 10 views entirely. And I do link to my TikTok and my Instagram so people can follow me on there. I don't know how good it's doing, but you know, I'm trying here. It's just enough. I can put in just enough effort into this to where I'm not exhausting myself. And I'm not going to kill myself doing it to where I'm putting everything into it. I'm learning that fact. Because I used to do, you put everything, you're all or nothing. And sometimes if you put all of it in, you still get nothing back for it. And there's nothing. You just get told that, bye. And, you know, I'm trying to watch what I say. I'm trying to be too hurtful or too critical of things because I don't want to hurt people's feelings. I don't want to get canceled. But like I'm too nice for my own good sometimes. And I know I'm rambling, I'm going back and forth between topics. But that's what I mean, like to attach this to what I was saying about the roast, a lot of people were like, oh, well, they were going on him about his marriage and his kids. It's not good. What's wrong with people? I'm like, that's what a roast is. A roast is you sign up for the roast. If somebody approaches you for the opportunity to do a roast, you sign off on it. And yes, you could put things down saying, hey, don't touch this, don't say that, don't do that. But at the end of the day, people are their own people. They're going to say what they want to say because it's going to get a reaction. They're going to laugh at it. They're going to do that thing. Like during the roast, Tom Brady went up and not threatened, but maybe like, hey, cut that shit out when he said a joke about Belichick, I think his name is. Again, don't quote me on this. I'm not a football fan at all. I don't watch football. I don't support football. At some point in time, I did watch the World Series and care a little bit, but I don't follow it day to day. Like, it's not my life. I don't breathe, eat, sleep football. I don't even fucking have a fantasy league. I don't do that shit. I have my own things I like doing. But, yeah, and, like, apparently there was, like, some allegedly, like, you know, massages and some type of sexual favors traded, stuff like that. There's always rumors of that ever since the Penn State thing got out years ago. And if you don't know what that is, go look that up. Penn State, I think it was 2018, 2015, I think around that time. I'm not sure, don't quote me, but something came out about a coach from Penn State doing horrific things to his his team members, and horrific things happen and no one said anything. I think that's what the joke was alluding to, and I think those jokes with sports are always going to be there because there's always been cases and things happening, and people just gotta get used to it. If you don't want it happening, then don't sign up for things where people are going to ask you that questions. Avoid everything. Go in a hole. Because people are going to ask those questions, and you're going to have to feel uncomfortable, and you're going to have to figure out a way to answer it. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. Somebody asked me once, because I did wrestling, and they were asking me a question, and they were like, "Well, is it fake?" And I'm like, "It's predetermined. There's decisions made of who's winning and who's losing." But yeah, I think everyone knows that at this point. It's not. I'm not gonna sit here and protect it like it's a hard thing. I'm like, everything can be fixed. Football's fixed. Basketball can be fixed. There are scandals every year. If you look into the sports world of coaches or referees being paid off, especially during FIFA, the World Cup. My family's a huge soccer fan. AC Milan, Real Madrid, love those teams. Awesome teams. Great. Messi, greatest of all time. Cristiano Ronaldo, greatest of all time. Idolize those guys. They're great. You go like every year to FIFA when they do the World Cup. Every year there's some report of a referee getting money for picking this country to win over this country. There's bribes. It's always, every 4 years you hear about it. There's always something. I think the Olympics is the only place, don't quote me, that they don't do that stuff. But yeah, if you hear any noises out that way, there's like a taco truck and it's parked right in front of the building. So I can't do anything about it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I need topics. I gotta find better topics and stick to the topic better. I am rambling a lot of times, but hey, it's a good way to get my fucking thoughts out. You can't really see my logo for my shirt at work. I really hope I don't get in trouble for this. I might get fired for doing this, but it's not like we do anything else here. And my shift literally started like an hour ago. But anyway, guys, I'm, of course, your host of the No Name Podcast, Brandon Simeone. Please go down in the description below and follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok. Get in that comment section too. Start a conversation. Let's start building this little community. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you want. I'd gratefully appreciate it. I'm going to try to keep up this every 2 weeks, and maybe at some point I will attempt to do it every week. I make no promises, but we'll see how this goes. Thank you guys again for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Sorry, I'm looking down at my watch because I need it so I can turn this off correctly. Thank you guys so much. I've been your host. I love you guys. You guys are the best. Thank you very much. And peace out.